The public feud between 50 Cent and Diddy has been one of the most high-profile rivalries in the music industry, with both men holding significant influence in the entertainment world. For years, 50 Cent, the G-Unit rapper known for his gritty and confrontational style, has taken every opportunity to throw shade at Diddy, a mogul who has cultivated a reputation for extravagance and success in both the music and fashion industries. The animosity between the two seems to have no end in sight, and the stakes have only grown higher with the release of new allegations surrounding Diddy's past. 50 Cent, whose rise to fame in the early 2000s was marked by both critical acclaim and controversy, has often used social media as a platform to make his feelings about Diddy known. His attacks, which have included pointed jabs on Instagram and in interviews, often target Diddy's image, portraying him as a figure who is far from the polished persona he has crafted in public. Over time, their feud has evolved beyond petty insults, and now, with Diddy's ongoing legal troubles, it appears that 50 Cent is preparing to escalate the conflict even further. 50 Cent's documentary, Exposing Diddy's Sexual History. In a bold move, 50 Cent has reportedly started working on a documentary that will delve into Diddy's sexual history, focusing on his relationships with various rappers and other prominent figures in the industry. This project, which has been long rumored in the entertainment world, threatens to expose some of the darkest corners of Diddy's legacy, including allegations of sexual abuse, exploitation, and manipulation. 50 Cent's documentary aims to shine a light on what he and others perceive as Diddy's control over his artists, particularly young men who have come through his Bad Boy Records label. The documentary promises to cover not only Diddy's alleged involvement in these activities, but also the broader network of celebrities who have turned a blind eye or have been complicit in maintaining the silence around Diddy's behavior. It is expected to feature interviews with former associates, dancers, and artists who have worked with Diddy over the years, offering first-hand accounts of the abusive practices allegedly taking place behind closed doors. For 50 Cent, this is not just another documentary, it's a chance to deliver a devastating blow to his longtime rival. By exposing the hidden aspects of Diddy's life and career, he aims to bring down the carefully constructed public image that Diddy has spent decades building. This is a personal vendetta wrapped in a broader social commentary, and it promises to spark significant discussions about power dynamics in the entertainment industry. A bizarre incident. Diddy's football coach assaulted with kettlebells. In the midst of his ongoing legal troubles, Diddy's actions have continued to attract attention for all the wrong reasons. One particularly bizarre incident involves the assault of his son's football coach with kettlebells. According to reports, Diddy allegedly attacked the coach in a fit of rage, leading to a police investigation. While the details of the incident remain unclear, it has added another layer of controversy to Diddy's already tarnished reputation. 50 Cent was quick to seize upon the story, mocking Diddy on social media. He posted a series of taunting messages, poking fun at the absurdity of the situation. For 50 Cent, this incident became yet another example of the volatile and erratic behavior that he claims is characteristic of Diddy. The incident was widely circulated in the media, with many questioning the circumstances that led to the attack and what it said about Diddy's temper and inability to control his emotions. This public spectacle only serves to further fuel 50 Cent's narrative that Diddy is not the upstanding mogul he presents himself as, but rather a man plagued by anger issues, insecurity, and an inability to deal with conflicts in a mature or professional manner. As the investigation into Diddy's behavior continues, this incident has become emblematic of the kinds of reckless actions that have characterized his personal life and business dealings for years. Cassie Ventura's lawsuit. Allegations of abuse and manipulation. One of the most significant developments in Diddy's ongoing legal saga is the lawsuit filed by his ex-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura. Cassie, whose relationship with Diddy was a subject of public fascination for years, has come forward with serious allegations of abuse, rape, and manipulation. In her lawsuit, Cassie describes how Diddy allegedly subjected her to physical and emotional abuse over the course of their relationship, including instances of being forced to carry his gun and endure a fast-paced, drug-fueled lifestyle. The lawsuit, which was filed in the Southern District of New York, claims that Cassie was subjected to years of abuse at the hands of Diddy. And her decision to speak out is a significant moment in the larger reckoning with Diddy's alleged actions. Cassie's courage in coming forward has inspired other women to share their stories, and her lawsuit has become a rallying cry for those who have long been silenced by the powerful figures in Hollywood. Despite Diddy's legal team adamantly denying the allegations, the settlement between Diddy and Cassie raised even more questions. Diddy quickly settled the lawsuit and retracted his previous statement, a move that has left many wondering why he would pay such a significant sum without clearing his name. 50 Cent was quick to point out the irony of the situation, mocking Diddy's actions on Instagram and calling attention to the fact that Diddy had paid real quick to make the lawsuit disappear. While the specifics of the settlement remain private, Cassie's decision to continue her legal battle, despite the settlement, speaks volumes about her determination to expose the truth. This case has become one of the central points of focus in the ongoing investigation into Diddy's behavior. And it's clear that Cassie's testimony will have a lasting impact on the public's perception of Diddy. Jaguar Wright's revelations, a troubling history with Diddy. In addition to Cassie, another woman who has spoken out against Diddy is Jaguar Wright, a former artist with deep ties to the music industry. Wright has been vocal about her experiences with Diddy, accusing him of manipulation, abuse, and exploitation. She claims that Diddy has long used his influence in Hollywood to intimidate and take advantage of young artists, particularly women. Wright's accusations paint a disturbing picture of Diddy as a man who has used his power to control and exploit the people around him, particularly those trying to make it in the music industry. She has described how Diddy allegedly coerced young women into performing degrading acts for Hollywood's elite, and she has called him a puppet of the industry's most powerful figures. Wright's claims have added to the growing chorus of voices who believe that Diddy is part of a larger system of exploitation that has been allowed to persist for years. Her comments about Diddy's treatment of women, particularly his efforts to silence those who might speak out, have resonated with many in the entertainment industry. The growing body of testimony from former associates, dancers, and artists who have worked with Diddy paints a picture of a man who has used manipulation and fear to control his inner circle. As more people come forward, it's clear that the legacy Diddy has carefully constructed is beginning to crumble under the weight of these revelations. The Hollywood elite, a culture of complicity. The allegations against Diddy have brought to light a larger issue that extends beyond just one individual. The entertainment industry, particularly in Hollywood, has long been a place where powerful figures have used their influence to silence those who dare to expose their wrongdoings. From casting couches to abuse of power, the stories of exploitation in Hollywood are well documented, but the culture of silence that has enabled these behaviors to persist for so long is only now being confronted. Many in the industry, particularly those who have crossed paths with Diddy, are now reckoning with the possibility that their own complicity in these systems of abuse could come to light. The fear of being implicated in Diddy's scandal is palpable, as other celebrities, musicians, and even politicians who have associated with him face growing public scrutiny. As the investigations continue, It is unclear who else might be dragged into the spotlight. But one thing is certain. The entertainment world is undergoing a reckoning that could reshape the industry forever. The political fallout. Diddy's connections in the political world. Diddy's connections extend beyond Hollywood and into the world of politics, where he has forged relationships with influential figures like former President Barack Obama, Vice President Kamala Harris, and New York City Mayor Eric Adams. His work in promoting voter mobilization and engaging in social justice causes has earned him praise, but the allegations against him now cast a shadow over these associations. Politicians who have worked with Diddy, particularly those who have embraced his social justice initiatives, are facing difficult questions about their ties to the mogul. As the investigation into Diddy's alleged misconduct intensifies, it's becoming clear that his relationships with political figures may have significant implications. Will these political figures distance themselves from Diddy in light of the allegations, or will they continue to stand by him? The answers to these questions will have a lasting impact on both Diddy's legacy and the political landscape he has sought to influence. The long-running feud, 50 Cent vs. Diddy. The animosity between 50 Cent and Diddy is one of the most talked-about rivalries in hip-hop and entertainment history. For decades, these two powerful figures have clashed both publicly and behind closed doors, with their ongoing feud becoming a defining aspect of their careers. What started as playful taunts between rival musicians has evolved into a bitter and personal battle, fueled by accusations, legal trouble, and now, revelations of alleged misconduct. 50 Cent, known for his unfiltered style and ruthless business tactics, has never shied away from attacking his rivals. His feud with Diddy, in particular, has escalated over time, with 50 Cent using his platform, mainly social media, to make his feelings known. In recent years, 50 Cent has taken aim at Diddy's professional reputation, accusing him of shady dealings and exploitation in the music industry. This rivalry reached new heights when 50 Cent began to leverage the ongoing legal issues surrounding Diddy to further his own narrative. The timing of the feud couldn't be more significant, as Diddy faces growing allegations of abuse, exploitation, and coercion within the entertainment industry, particularly against younger artists and performers. 50 Cent's latest move, working on a documentary that reportedly explores Diddy's sexual history and his relationships with artists, seems poised to shake the very foundations of Diddy's carefully constructed public image. For 50 Cent, this is more than just an opportunity to expose his longtime rival. It's a chance to spotlight the alleged abuse and exploitation that he claims has been a part of Diddy's empire for years, and he's more than willing to use his vast resources to uncover the truth. Diddy's alleged involvement in predatory parties. One of the most chilling aspects of the growing allegations against Diddy is his purported involvement in a series of illicit freak-off parties, events where the boundaries between consent, abuse, and exploitation blurred to dangerous extremes. These parties were reportedly filled with excessive drinking, drugs, and sexual acts that occurred behind closed doors, out of sight of the public. While some of Diddy's associates deny any wrongdoing, others have begun to speak out about the activities that took place at these infamous gatherings. According to several reports, these gatherings involved not only substance abuse, but also coercion and sexual exploitation, particularly of younger musicians and artists trying to break into the industry. One of the more disturbing allegations involves Diddy's assistant, T.D. Jackson, who is said to have attended nearly every one of these parties. Jackson, often seen as a close confidant of Diddy, has reportedly witnessed firsthand the predatory behavior that allegedly took place in these spaces. The stories emerging from these accounts are haunting, painting a picture of an industry insider using his power and influence to exploit vulnerable individuals, all while operating under the radar of law enforcement. Jaguar Wright, an outspoken artist and former associate of Diddy, has become one of the most vocal critics of his behavior, claiming that these parties were breeding grounds for manipulation and coercion. She further asserted that Diddy used his status to intimidate and silence those who dared to expose the truth. As the investigation into these events continues, more victims are coming forward, describing disturbing details about the activities at Diddy's parties and the long-lasting emotional and psychological effects they had. The impact on young artists. Usher's experience. Usher, the internationally renowned singer and one of Diddy's former protégés, has also come forward with his own disturbing account of his early experiences under Diddy's tutelage. Usher, who was just a child when he first entered the music industry, revealed that Diddy exposed him to a dangerous and fast-paced lifestyle that was far too advanced for his age. At just 13 years old, Usher was reportedly introduced to drugs, wild parties, and inappropriate behavior that no child should ever experience. In interviews, Usher described the pressure he felt to participate in activities he was not emotionally or psychologically prepared for. While he was excited about the possibility of launching his career, the reality of working with Diddy was far darker than Usher ever anticipated. He was thrust into situations where he was surrounded by grown women, exposed to drugs and alcohol, and asked to navigate a world that no 13-year-old should have to confront. Usher now speaks candidly about the internal struggles he faced as he was pulled between the desire to build his career and the pressure to conform to the toxic environment created by his mentor. Usher's statements highlight a key issue in the entertainment industry: the exploitation of young artists, particularly those who are vulnerable and eager to succeed. Usher's regrets over some of the choices he made during that time show the deep emotional toll that the industry can take on young talent, especially when figures like Diddy use their power to manipulate and control them. For Usher, the experience was not just about the music or the parties, but about trying to hold on to his identity while facing a world that sought to push him into roles he wasn't ready for. Mace's confrontation. The unpaid dues of young artists. The conflict between Diddy and rapper Mace has reignited a long-standing issue in the music industry: the exploitation of young artists and their lack of fair compensation. Mace, who rose to fame in the 1990s under Diddy's Bad Boy Records label, recently took to social media to accuse Diddy of withholding the publishing rights to his music, despite their past collaborations. Mace's public accusations shed light on the predatory nature of Diddy's business practices, as Mace revealed how he was exploited financially and artistically during his time working with the mogul. In his tweets, Mace discussed how, even after more than 2 decades, he was still waiting to receive the compensation he was owed for his work. He also claimed that Diddy continued to manipulate and control the situation, keeping him trapped in an unfair contract. Mace's confrontation highlights a deeper issue within the music industry: how record labels, like Bad Boy Records, can maintain power over artists by exploiting them financially and emotionally. Mace's words resonate with many other artists who have worked with Diddy, as they reflect the ongoing exploitation that happens behind the scenes. By speaking out, Mace is not only fighting for his own rights, but also highlighting the systemic issues that affect countless young artists who sign unfair contracts and become entangled in cycles of exploitation. The dark side of fame. Diddy's role in Hollywood's power dynamics. Diddy's role in Hollywood extends far beyond his work in music. He has become a central figure in the entertainment industry, with connections that stretch into fashion, film, and even politics. His ability to maintain a public image as a successful mogul has allowed him to continue building his empire, despite the many allegations against him. However, This same image is now being questioned as more people come forward with their stories. Behind Diddy's persona lies a web of powerful connections, including relationships with major players in Hollywood and beyond. These relationships have been critical in maintaining Diddy's status and shielding him from legal consequences. However, as the allegations against him grow more serious, it's becoming clear that Diddy's network of influence may not be enough to protect him. In fact, many of those within Diddy's inner circle are now reconsidering their ties to him as the fallout from the allegations threatens to engulf everyone involved. One of the more disturbing aspects of Diddy's rise to power is how he has used his influence to silence those who might expose his actions. From industry insiders to young artists, Diddy has maintained control over his empire by manipulating the narrative and ensuring that those who speak out are quickly silenced. However, as more victims step forward, and as public scrutiny intensifies, the question remains: how much longer will Hollywood continue to protect him? The Reckoning, the fall of Diddy, and the future of Hollywood. The ongoing investigation into Diddy's actions represents more than just a legal battle. It is part of a larger reckoning in Hollywood. As more individuals come forward with their stories of abuse, exploitation, and manipulation, the entertainment industry is being forced to confront the ugly truths that have been hidden for years. The focus is no longer solely on Diddy, but on the larger systems that allow individuals like him to abuse their power with impunity. The consequences for Diddy are still unfolding, but it's clear that his legacy is now in jeopardy. His role in Hollywood's power dynamics is being examined under a microscope, and the public is starting to question how much influence figures like him should have in the entertainment industry. This is a turning point for Hollywood, as the industry faces a crisis of accountability, and individuals who once seemed untouchable are now being held to account for their actions. As the investigation continues, the entertainment world will be watching closely to see what happens next. Will Diddy be held accountable for his actions? Will other celebrities and industry leaders be implicated in the scandal? The answers to these questions will have far-reaching implications for Hollywood and for the entertainment industry as a whole.